Oh, I do have Star Trek news.
What?
I watched the new Star Trek.
Picard.
No, newer. It's called Strange New Worlds.
What?
And it's like a whole new Star Trek series.
They're still fucking making that shit.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Okay.
I only watched the first episode, and I didn't enjoy it.
Oh.
So unless someone tells me it gets better, probably not going to bother.
100%. 100% people are going to tell you that. Stick with it, Ben, because there's going to be some fucking nerds here who are wearing their, Star Trek uniforms that they wear at home. And they're like,
I think the people who wear the Star Trek uniforms don't like new Star Trek, though.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Because it's different.
The mega nerds.
The 7th season is really good. There's only 5 episodes of it. What are you talking about?
I liked Picard.
I wasn't talking about Picard.
They just wanted to get that in there. I haven't seen that, and I can probably safely say probably never going to watch it. But I have been watching a whole load of TNG.
Ooh.
I've almost finished it. It's almost done. Then I'm fucking free, and
you don't have to finish it.
Gotta finish it, because then I can say I've watched it all of TNG. And
have you watched the movies?
No, oh god, but that doesn't count. That doesn't count. That's not the fucking show. Then on to DS9. That's not going to happen. That's not going to be a thing. I'm not going to watch DS9.
It's a shame. There's some good stuff in there.
Yeah, but I was told that about TNG, and there is some good stuff in there. There's a lot of shit in there as well.
Well, yeah. That kind of goes without saying. When you say there's some good stuff in there, it means most of it's crap, but there's some good bits.
Oh god, but yeah, I don't want to start another Star Trek series, especially another 7-season thing with 25 episodes. It's too many episodes. It's too much stuff.
Yeah, fair.
Too much. But yeah, probably not going to get around to that for a while. Maybe I'll watch Enterprise. The best Star Trek. Everyone knows that.
Everyone loves. Yeah.
Everyone loves it. It's the best one.
It's got the best theme tune.
It does have one of the most memorable features. I don't know if it counts as the best. But I just want to see,
it is the sexiest. That's true, Simply Dave.
It is.
Show the screen again now, TJ.
Star Trek: The Next Generation. I just want to see what the.
Yeah, what did you watch? Let's talk about it a bit.
Because this season has been good, it's been fine, but I find a lot of it kind of fucking blurs together for me, and I'm struggling to remember.
Do you like Evil Data?
Law. Oh god, he's fine. That was kind of an interesting bit where he tricks all the Borg to working for him.
I like that.
I
wasn't expecting it.
Him coming out as a goofy villain. But I just his plan just seemed kind of shit. I can't really remember what he was doing. It was
God, I can't remember what he was doing.
He had the Borg and he had kind of a way to control them, but then he didn't seem to have this great next step on what he was doing, and then he just gets really easily thwarted by getting into an argument with fucking Picard or Riker or someone, and then it all falls apart, and someone fucking shoots him in the chest or something, and then they deactivate him.
They are pretty inconsistent with how tough these robots are.
Yeah, how tough and or smart.
Because Data can be, in some episodes, invincible, and in other episodes, you touch him on the neck and he turns himself off.
And he just instantly shut down.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was fine. What was this one? Wolf Trine, Captain deal with 3 aliens, explore foreign concepts, extreme singular force.
I have no memory of that episode.
Oh, I remember that. It's where they meet some aliens. These 3 aliens come on board, and one wants to hang out with Deanna Troi, one wants to hang out with Worf, the other one is with fucking whoever. And guy that's with Deanna Troy is like, this cake is delicious. Can we have more cakes? And all he wants to do is eat delicious cakes.
Amazing.
The one that hangs out with Worf is just the biggest cunt in the world. It's just a fucking asshole until eventually...
Is that why they gave him to Worf?
Well, the guy like chooses to hang out with Worf because he's supposed to be hanging out with someone else, maybe with like Riker and this dude, because they're like diplomats or whatever. He's like, no, I want to hang out with Worf. This one will do. And they're like, no, don't hang out with him. This is a diplomatic mission, and we don't really like to have people hang out with Worf too much.
Yeah.
He's like, no, I'm hanging out with the big one. Right. And then he's just a fucking dick until eventually...
Worf punch him in the face.
Yeah, like he literally does. And like I think he picks him up and like throws him across the room. And then I think, is this the one where the captain is on the planet with like a girl? Picard crash lands on a world, and the guy he's with dies, and he gets rescued by this lady who instantly falls in love with him and like wants to bang. But then what happens? It turns out they found this crashed spaceship, which is where Picard spent the entire episode, and they'd read this journal from this woman who had been on the planet. Someone else crash landed there. This guy, they fell in love. And then they escaped or died or whatever. It doesn't fucking matter. And they were like, we do not have these concepts such as like indulgence, like furious anger or love. Like these don't exist. And so we've sent people to directly try and like find out how these work. So the guy that was with Deanna Troy, who was eating cake all the time.
But did he actually want to eat the cake, or was he like making himself eat the cake to try and understand it?
There's a bit of that, but he seemed pretty happy about it.
But it seems like then the urge does exist then.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Although the guy who like pissed off Worf, when Worf finally fucking snaps and throws him across the room, the whole time he's been this like pretty poker face, just pee hole. But then he's like, that was amazing! I think I understand what aggression is! Like, okay, great.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sounds like a real filler episode.
It was an episode.
Right.
The episode with Geordi loses his mother. God, it was fine. Absolutely fine.
Gambit. I can't remember any of these episodes. It's been so long since I've watched them.
Oh, this was actually, I quite liked these two. Because they start out in this like sleazy fucking space bar. And at the very beginning, they're like, oh my god, there's like a fucking residue here. Someone's been disintegrated. Oh shit. The fucking tricorder or whatever. This was Captain Picard. Captain Picard's dead.
Oh,
boom!
Yikes!
Roll opening credits. And Picard has been captured by evil space archaeologists, and then Riker also gets captured by them as well. These guys not great at being captured, and then they have to like subterfuge while on there, and I don't know. It was kind of fun, kind of goofy. The leader of the space assholes was a dick and had special like mind pain devices on all of the crew.
Yikes! It's one way to stay in charge, I guess.
Yeah, because any time that someone does something bad, he just like gives them all the pain.
Yikes! Can he like flip it? Give them all the pleasure?
No, I think he just doesn't give them pain.
Fair enough.
Until
More like, good boy, well done.
Yeah.
Pleasure.
Oh god, what you've won a fucking like Ben, you've done very well today. Have the cum. Have a little cummy. And you're just like, ooh, and just
thank you, Captain.
Just jizz in your pants. You don't want that. That's fucking weird.
All right, so it's all right to torture someone, but it's not all right to jerk them off. Is that what you're saying?
I don't know. I just feel like there's different levels of It's weird being the captain of that crew. Yeah. I can more easily latch onto the one that rules through fear than the one that rules through I reward everyone with orgasms. Well done, everyone. Everyone did good. Beep, beep, beep. Like, and everyone just comes at the same time. That crew, little bit.
I think they're both weird.
Little bit wackier.
I just know which one I'd rather be on.
Well, yeah, one is definitely better. Although, do you want that as well?
If you have to pick, like, mind-numbing pain.
Oh, God. But do you want to... Imagine Lewis is in charge of that ship. You're on that ship for a long time.
Now you've made it weird.
When you know that person, and you're like, please, Lewis, have I been a good boy today? Can I have cummies? And, yeah, I don't...
Fuck. Well, yeah, I don't want either of them, but still. Yikes.
Just think...
it's not even after dark yet, Tom.
No, we kind of started early on that one. They were kind of good episodes. Kind of enjoyed that. Data has a nightmare. That wasn't a super exciting episode. What's this one?
Gemma Troy's mother.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, sounds like a bad one.
That was the super depressing one. Wow, God, like, people did not like it. Like, it's a whole 1 star lower than the other ones.
I think that's probably true of every Deanna Troy's mum episode.
Yeah.
But they're all at least 1 point lower.
Yeah, and that one was just... wasn't even fun. Oh, God, they get captured by some aliens and they've got a fucking thing on their head and then they get to do a bit of psychic shit.
Is that the one where Picard's like, we got to go this way? And she's like, hang on. I can read your mind now. I know that you don't know where you're going. You're just pretending to know where you're going.
It's stuff like that.
And he's like, that's part of being a captain.
That's what I do, baby.
I've been doing that for 7 years.
Yeah, that's kind of...
Just saying things with authority and having no clue.
Yeah. Or every now and again, they just turn to each other and they're like, I'm thirsty too. They're like, I didn't say anything, but I am thirsty. Oh, God, we're reading each other's minds. There was a bit of that. It was fine.
Do they mind bang in that?
I honestly can't even
Sounds like a missed opportunity for brain banging.
Mind sexting. I don't know. I honestly can't remember how that one turned out. I think it was fine. Medical transport. 2 scientists. Oh, okay, sure. This one. There's a planet which is going to get blown up because warp engines.
Oh yeah, they're right. They're like doing so much warp travel that they're wearing out subspace or something.
That's
right?
the idea, and it's going to create a thing, and people are sad.
He wants to put like speed limits in.
Basically,
he's like, you're ruining the environment. You got to stay under 30.
Yeah, it's kind of it, and the whole episode is them being like, no, this doesn't exist, until one of the kind of space protesters flies out in a shuttle, blows themselves up, and then it proves that it does exist. And then they're like, okay, we'll slow down now. End of episode. Boom. That's the entire fucking episode in 10 seconds.
Well, that's good. I wouldn't have taken Jean-Luc Picard for a space climate denier.
No, well, but it's only when they actually have like the actual physical proof in front of them. Before they're like, yeah, we'll send like a research thing around at some point.
It's probably natural, not man-made.
Yeah, like this all just seems fine.
Oof.
So that was great. Oh, Data's mum turns up.
Oh,
I remember that not being super exciting.
this one's got an 8.8.
8.8.
Oh, it's another fucking Klingon episode.
No, this one actually wasn't too terrible. So, Worf, he's coming back from the Baleth tournament, and he's won the tournament. And he turns up, and he's like, I'm fucking cool, I won the tournament. Then people are like, no, you didn't. You came fucking 9th. And then he looks at this trophy, and he's like, oh, wait, what? And then they're eating some cake, and he's like, chocolate cake. And then they're like, it's fucking yellow cake, which I don't know. I don't like that they call it yellow cake, not just like sponge or whatever. Yellow cake.
Yeah, do they call the chocolate one brown cake?
Brown cake. Brown cake, yellow cake.
Right. Stripy red cake.
And so, yeah, they constantly have these, like, stuff is going on. And,
Right.
like, like, things just keep changing.
Right.
And so, like, at one point, he's just like, ah, shit, like, I just want to lie down because I'm getting a bit, like, boggled by all of this shit.
Yeah.
And then Deanna Troi just comes in and, like, leaps on him because they're husband and wife. And she's like,
wow.
what the hell? Did the last 3 years of marriage mean nothing? And he's just like,
What?
what the fuck?
Okay, I'll eat the yellow cake.
Jeez.
Jeez.
And so, yeah, all this stuff's going on. And it turns out he's gone through a fucking parallel dimension space tear. And because of Geordie's visor.
Geordie's visor gets involved in a lot of weird shit.
Yeah, I feel like they got to sort that fucking tech out. Because of Geordie's visor, that changes which parallel dimension he's in.
Oh.
Like constantly, and so he keeps going to all these different ones until, like, whatever the ship they end up on. Picard died during the Borg thing, and Riker is in command, and Worf is number 2 on that ship, which feels like a fucking stretch. Also,
I think a lot of people would have to die before I'd let Worf be number 2.
Also, for some reason, in the universe where Picard is dead, the Starfleet badge is different. It has little stripes on it instead.
That's fun.
All because of Picard's death?
Yeah.
There must
I
be
think he probably blocked the change of
He's like,
badges.
no, we're keeping the same badge.
I will resign over this.
Yeah, they're like, all right, Picard, please. But finally, when he's dead, some pencil push is like, we'll get it through. He can't stop us anymore. We're having those fucking lines on the badge.
Imagine him at the Admiral's meeting, and he's like, I know all your dirty secrets.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll expose everything. All right,
Yeah.
fine, fucking hell. What a
Finally.
hill to die on, Picard.
But yeah, he's dead. But so then there's a point where they're like, okay, right, if we fire like a fucking laser or something at this thing, we can get Worf back to his own timeline. But something goes wrong, and suddenly every different parallel universe starts merging, and in like 5 seconds, there's like hundreds of thousands of different enterprises from every different universe.
Oh, holy shit.
And there's like more and more coming in, like every second. Because within like, I don't know, the space of like 5 seconds, they're like, quick, let's hail someone. And they're like, everything is jammed right now. There's 250,000 enterprises
All
trying to
hailing each other.
Yeah, trying to hail us.
Right.
They managed to like kind of solve it. Worf is like flying in, and then one of the enterprises open fires on it.
Oh, shit.
Because, and this makes me think think he's a loser now. Because on that ship, Riker, they're on there and their ship's all fucked up, and they're like, no, we're going to kill him because if he goes back through, we'll get sent back to our own dimension.
Oh, we're all going to die.
We're gonna die if you know, Worf goes and saves the day because he's like, the Borg came, everything's fucked. We're not going back, even
But
though
fucking hypocrites, because they were on the other side of that coin back in season 3 or 4, where yesterday's Enterprise turned up. Do you remember, like the Enterprise C?
yeah, exactly.
And they're like, oh no, you have to go back and die in that war to preserve the timeline.
Yeah, but what's more is they're like, if all of these things happen, like reality is going to be destroyed.
Yeah.
And so that Riker would rather every single thing ever die.
He'd rather destroy reality
than him die.
Jesus, so when you put Riker under some pressure,
Yeah.
and he fucking goes to shit.
Yeah, really bad.
Yeah, wow, what a liability.
So
Man,
kind of, you kind of learn a bit about him that
gotta
day.
keep an eye on that guy. Holy shit.
Yeah, not great. Also, he had that mad Riker he didn't have like styled hair. He just had like ruffled hair.
Well, he's just been in a war, right?
Just in a war, and that's how they demonstrated it. He didn't have.
You've not got time to comb my hair, guys.
Time for his hair. Yeah.
Oh, amazing! That sounds fun.
That was a good one. What was this?
The Pegasus. Oh, that's where we find out Riker's shady origin story.
Oh.
He and this admiral just fucking murdered a whole crew. And then covered it up.
They covered it up because they were gonna break the Romulan treaty of they weren't gonna make cloaking devices.
Yeah,
and
they cloaked and then like phased into an asteroid or something.
Yeah, they basically like that, and then they get trapped inside. Although I love the there's some good mind games between Picard and this Romulan captain. Because they're both looking for this ship, because they both know that ship's there.
But neither's willing to admit that it's there.
Yeah,
right?
And they're like, we're just doing a mining survey. And the Romulans are like, that's crazy, because we're doing a mining survey as well. And then, like, the Enterprise they're like, we're pretty sure it's inside this gigantic asteroid. The weird commander that is on, he's like, fly inside. And Picard's like, that's fucking dumb. That's a stupid fucking idea. But they eventually fly inside. But then the Romulans melt the entrance to the asteroid. So, like, they seal the Enterprise inside it.
Oh, wow.
And they're like, Enterprise, we were just doing, like, mining tests outside. We wish you'd told us that you'd gone inside there. This is a terrible accident. If you want to teleport everyone on board, we'll just take you back to Romulus. And then you can just get picked up from there.
And then we'll get both the ships. I mean, just your ship, because there are no other ships.
Everything will be fine. And just those guys chatting to each other was a great bit of fuckery. But yeah, then you find out that,
I forget the details, but I vaguely remember this guy who's an admiral now used to be the captain of the Pegasus.
He was the captain of the
Riker
Pegasus.
was his first officer or something.
Yeah.
And this guy and Riker murdered their crew to cover up the shady cloaking device.
So Riker was like an ensign on that ship. And he was testing out this cloaking device that was like fucking doing something with the power couplings, the phase convert, whatever. And it was fucking up the ship. And so the crew started to mutiny, and they were like, we are all going to die if you keep doing this. And we're pretty sure you're not allowed to do this. They come in, and the guy's like, that's a mutiny, super bad. And Riker just opens fires on the mutineers, because he's like, mutiny bad, follow Captain Good. Like that's like first lesson you learn in Starfleet, right?
Yeah, it's on the door on the way in.
So they like flee and then they like fly off because the entire crew mutinies. It's only like some of the bridge staff that.
God, who knew Riker was such a fucking goose-stepping jackboot boy?
Man, super was, and they escape, and then the ship just fucking explodes. Although it vents gas, so they think it explodes, but actually it cloaked, but then it phased into the asteroid.
Right, and then they go back to recover it like 5 years later.
But half of it got phased into the rock, entombing all of the crew alive. Great.
Fucking Riker, man. Like, between these two episodes, bad dude.
Kind of bad dude. But I assume it all went fine, because at the end, they pull another mutiny against the Admiral, because the Admiral's like, we're going to do fucking crazy shit.
Right.
And Picard's like, no.
No, mutiny good.
Yeah, we're doing a mutiny. And the guy's like, Mr. Worf, arrest Picard. And Worf's just like, no. And then the guy's like, fuck.
Riker, you did it before.
Riker, please. One more mutiny. Yeah. And everyone just like folds their arms and shakes their head. And he's just like, rats.
Man, I was really hoping to murder a whole other crew.
I really wanted to put down another mutiny.
Shit.
But yeah, they arrest him. But then Riker's like, oh, you're going to have to arrest me as well. and they arrest him. And Picard's like, "There's going to be a tribunal about this." Riker's like, "Yep." And then the next episode,
Back to normal.
he's just back to normal. So I imagine it was all fine, and they were just like, "Don't worry about
Yeah,
it."
because as we all know, I was only following orders.
I was only following orders.
The perfect legal defense
And,
for murdering innocent people.
Yeah, they gave him another fucking star, and so actually they rewarded him
Oh,
for
no.
putting down the mutiny.
Wow.
Super solid.
What a guy.
And then, then I think this was maybe the last episode that I've seen.
I think you might have seen the next one.
No, actually no, I've watched the whole loop more.
Look at that, 4.8.
The Dr. Crusher fucks a ghost in weird space Scotland.
Yep. It's a bad one.
Weird fucking tachyon ghost lives inside the Crusher family, and it fucks them, including her 100-year-old grandma who just died, and she was reading. There's a part where she's like reading her grandma's diaries, and she's talking about how she went into great depth about her erotic times with her 30-year-old boyfriend.
Oh my
God! I feel like I probably wouldn't read that shit.
I don't want to read my grandmother's erotic memoirs.
Yeah.
That's a weird one.
I don't know if I need that.
I mean, maybe Tom Hazelwood. Do you not remember that meme?
No.
He watched his mum and dad's porn tape.
What?
That came out at like YogCon. It was on like the pub quiz at YogCon.
I don't remember that at all. You watched it twice?
Yeah, first time by accident.
Why would you watch it again?
I know, right?
Was he showing people like frame by frame? This is the exact moment you can see the moment I was conceived. Click, click, click. Wow, what the fuck?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't ask any further questions. I feel like that's just enough information for me.
Oh my god, wow.
Oh.
Okay. All right.
Oh. Have you seen Lower Decks?
Yeah. Seen through the eyes of some junior officers. Yeah. I did watch this one. I think I watched that one last night. I thought it was fine. I think thought all of the fucking below deck peoples were kind of weenies.
Well, yeah, they're Starfleet Academy like graduates. They're all going to be wieners, aren't they?
All kind of a bit plebby. Yeah, what even fucking happens in that? Shit, I fucking had it on. Really do not remember what was going on at all.
I don't remember anything about it. It's been a long time since I've seen most of these.
But then the one after where I thought this was kind of fun, kind of, I don't know, it was a bit of a classic fucking Star Trek.
Oh, memory wipe situation.
Data's been memory wiped. He's on Renaissance world during the Renaissance time.
Isn't it weird how many Star Trek planets are just Earth history again?
Yeah, just in a different vibe. And they... but he turns up because he was meant to go to this planet to recover some radioactive material. And he just like rocks up to this Renaissance town with no memory of like who he is or what's going on, with the box of like radioactive stuff.
Oh shit!
And then they're like
poisons everyone.
Then kind of just gives everyone radiation poisoning until the people think that he's like the cause of the disease.
Right.
And then some guy just fucking spears Data through the back.
Thanks.
Which is pretty strong, pretty powerful. And then it turns out everything was fine.
Everything was fine. Who'd have thought Star Trek ended up with everything being okay again at the end?
Yeah.
Wow. I can barely remember any of these. Oh.
Oh no, a fucking Alexander episode coming up.
He's a real wiener as well.
I just don't care about those episodes at all. Yeah, not looking forward to that. Does it have like a proper like end?
Yeah, all good things.
Okay.
It's a proper like. It's got a 9. It's a good episode.
Okay.
It's got Q in it, and they like you see what happens in like the Enterprise's future.
Okay. Yeah, I kind of like Q. Shit, there was a good episode, a good Q episode where Picard fucking dies again, and Q turns up and he's like, "Yo, what's up? It's me and you forever now, baby." And he gives,
I'm God.
I'm basically God, or whatever. I can do whatever I like.
Is this Tapestry?
Yeah, I think that might be it.
I like this one. It's good. It's one I've rewatched.
They send him back, and he gets to like redo stuff, and Picard's using all of his like modern day brains and like experience. Yeah,
he goes back to his academy days, and like Q is like, you know what? You can go back and change anything you want, and
he stops himself. Oh, it's because he dies because he got shot by like a thing which overloaded his fake heart, and he died from it.
But if he didn't have the fake heart, he would have survived.
He would have lived. And so he goes back and he doesn't get stabbed by the fucking Tusk Man.
Nausicaan.
Boom. And
but then it changes his whole life.
And then he turns into like a fucking loser.
Yeah.
Like this non-risk-taking guy. Because there's a really awkward scene where he's like goes to talk to Riker and Deanna Troi. And he's like, "Oh, I'm like a fucking third-class engineer. What the fuck? I want more stuff. I want more like responsibility." And they're like, "It'll come up in your like quarterly quarterly review or something." And he keeps pushing it. And they're like, "Just please be honest with me. Will I ever get promoted?" And they're like, "You're just a bit of a fucking loser, aren't you? Like, you're not a go-getter. You have no enthusiasm. I think you're best off just like back down in the engine.
Just stay in your lane, all right?
Stay where you're supposed to." And he's just super glum.
Yeah.
And then
so he goes back and he would rather live his best life short than
well,
so he chooses to go back and get stabbed.
Yeah.
And live the glorious Picard life than to be a wiener for eternity.
Yeah, exactly. Because there's a bit where at the beginning, "Oh yeah, what's the best thing about him?" And they're like, "You're punctual." And that's the nicest thing they can say about Picard. The only compliment they can give him.
Oh, that's the worst. I like that episode a lot, though. Like,
yeah, that was honestly a good one.
Like, it's got Q in it, but he's not too Q-y, and it's got a good moral about how, like, even the bad things that happen to you in your life make you who you are.
Yeah,
and, no regrets really, because too many factors to consider.
Yeah, exactly, and like how differently things can turn out. And I like those like the closed loop sort of bit of when they show his death at the beginning. They're like, it's weird, he gets stabbed and he like bursts out laughing, and then it happens again at the end, and
why he laughed now,
because he's like, this is exactly what I wanted, and like it worked perfectly.
But that goes to show that actually it's always been, it's a loop.
That thing always happened.
So Q always let him go back and do it differently.
And it's just a nice bit of time travel. You don't need to think too much about it. They just do this fun little thing, doesn't change too much, but just does a nice bit of backstory on Picard.
And it's interesting to see Picard be like younger and different.
Yeah, being like super rash and a bit of a jerk.
Yeah, he seems like a bit of a dick, doesn't he? Like every woman he meets, like fucking slaps him.
Yeah, because he's just been fucking around. Just like every single one of them in one night. Yeah, bam. So I think that's probably all the Star Trekking. All the Star Trekking news. Which on that note, we might need to go on a little break.